Okay, it's 5:03. We'll call the meeting to order. We'll do roll call. Kenny Burke.
Carol Stedman.
Karen Black. Tony Arnold.
Ronald Bergeron.
Russell Denoda.
Mark Phillips.
Yes. Jerry Krause, thank you. Hello, we have
This is
another
Sade.
guest. Hey, Charlie. How are you? Okay. So we just started the meeting, just to get ahead of folks. Item 2 is the approval of minutes. We had minutes from May 13th. I don't know if anybody had a chance to review them, or if there's
Make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Okay, is there a
Second.
Any other discussion on that? Hey, Sharon?
Hey,
It is.
what are you voting on?
The minutes.
Oh, okay. Hey, Sharon. Hey.
Sharon, did you have any comments on the minutes?
No.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes. Chair's report, not much going on. I think this is the last meeting before the 4th of July, so this is kind of a momentous occasion for our committee. I'll keep it short then, and just move forward to the discussion on topics 4, events and work groups. So speaker series, that is over with Sharon and Carol. What are your thoughts?
That went really smooth down at Contemporary Theater. They were very helpful, right on top of everything. So it went nicely. It was good.
Nice. Okay. And the next speaker event is?
Lorraine Spears.
Okay.
That will be on the 10th.
Okay.
We're all set for that.
It's July.
10th and then the
June 10th.
June
June
10th.
10th.
Okay, so it's next week. It's coming up. And do we have any marketing to go along with that to
Yeah,
help out?
yes. I believe you've already put out a press release.
We put out a press release to the local newspapers and the news channels, waiting on a flyer, which I think is ready, that will go up on social media and the town website. And we're gonna post it on RI250 as soon as I get it.
Okay,
Right.
wonderful.
And I have something to comment about this. So because we are going to try to have all of our events outside, we had a screen discussion, and as you know, the screen didn't work, because if you project on a screen, what's going to happen is, unless it's totally dark, it has to be totally dark. So we're thinking, and David Gates says, I said, I'm looking at them, I went over by BJ's and everything and looked at them. 85 inches is the minimum you can have for an audience. That's a big TV. And so anyway, so he said, I'll buy it. I said, okay. And so I called him up on it and said, will you buy it? He said, yeah, because if it comes back to me at the end of this series, I said, yes, it will. So I'm going to buy it as a member. And I've already ordered the cart that it goes on. It goes on a rolling cart, and it's made to roll onto patios and stuff. And this ties into our event. And so it will be ready if we are outside. If not, they have everything inside. And Terry was Terry, did you, anything you want to say about what you saw?
Contemporary Theater was, it's a great venue.
What about Roger?
Oh, John McNiff was fabulous.
He was just, the people stood up and clapped. You were there. And they clapped and clapped and clapped and wouldn't stop clapping. So that's how, and there was 55 or 60 people there. I think you need to know that. That's a lot. And so then now it's going to be outside, and the concept is this is going to be on a big poster, and the other one is too, and there's an arrow. And the idea is that people like in the ice cream cones that know nothing about this, they go, oh, let's go see what this is about. And this goes out the day of, because that's what it is. And then these posters will be out. So now we're going to have these rolling carts, and the Contemporary Theater, who's done everything pro bono, said we can store this TV there in that back area until we take it, which will be after August. However, I want to get it, and I'll have someone here. It takes 2 men or women, if they're strong, to roll this thing and pick it up. Not roll it, but to pick it up. It's over 90 pounds, and so it's something that's so awkward you can't manhandle. So point being, the idea is we're going to try to get a truck and 2 people and bring it to this event. So Luke Murray, he wants a TV and he wants to present his thing at that monument. So that's what I have to say about the speaker series. So everybody is going to have a way to project, and hopefully they'll be outside.
All right.
And we don't have to change our time because it starts at 7. We were going to have to go to 8:30 till it gets dark because of the screen projector concept. Inside it is a projector.
Excellent. Okay, so do you need any other assistance? I know you said you need a couple people to help out moving this along.
No, not there, but when we, on that day,
Yeah.
it would be nice if we could have some men or women who are strong that can manhandle it, get it in a truck, and be careful with it.
Okay. All right. So,
Is that for the 27th, you mean?
Yeah, what's happening is they're going to deliver it, and there's a delivery charge because it takes 2 people to deliver it. I mean, this isn't something you put, I was just saying, well, I'll go put it in the back of my SUV, and you can't do that. This is something you got to treat with care, and it's heavy.
Yeah.
And I personally am I've already ordered the base, the thing it rolls on, and I'm going to build it at my house. It's on the way now. I'm just going to put it together. They say it's easy. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Yes.
I may need help.
Okay. Thank you for that, Sharon. Banners, I think we talked about last month. I don't know, Tiger's not here to give any update on that. I think we can follow up with him at the next meeting. We're right into military history recognition. So we just started talking about it, but one of you want to get us caught up in the recent council?
And you guys can talk about, I can tell you about this ceremony is going to be.
Yep.
If they want to talk about the parking and stuff, you want to start that?
Okay, so I've met with Terry, and also the committee has met to where the placement of the tent will be. There's some, we observed that there's some limitations because of where some drains are, so we definitely want the tent to be right in line with the monument. However, if it rains, the tent's going to be delivered on Friday, so the tent will be placed according to the weather. We want the people to face the monument, and hang under the tent with tables and chairs. Will be under there on one end, and a podium, and this television and the speakers will be at the other. So I sat with Terry and worked out a parking plan, and she's going to take care of it. Thank you, Terry, for doing that. That's a big load off of all of us. They've got a policeman. We've got placement of where cars are going to park. The public will park in front of the Wakefield School. Handicapped dignitaries will park in the parking lot at hazard, or also to a certain point of safety, and then park along the road from from School Street in a little bit down to Columbia Street. There'll be 2 porta-johns that Terry has also stepped up to help us order those. The food is taken care of from a lot of markets and places that are donating their foods, and Carol got Dunkin' Donuts to beverages. The Women's Garden Club is going to donate some of the flowers and arrangements for the tables, and the podiums will be decorated, and a wreath has been ordered from a flower shop in town.
And I could ask the group this, what do you want on the ribbon? What do you want it to say? Because they're going to put whatever we want to say on the ribbon, and I'll let you guys decide that. It's going to be a big wreath with a big ribbon across it. It's going to be blue and red.
But pretty much a lot of the nitty-gritty details have been taken care of, except it's like getting podiums. Terry's going to help us get podiums from the town hall. If they have one big one, we need another big one. We're going to ask if there's one there. We're trying to find a 25 Honda generator for the television, and maybe if we need anything for the equipment for
Yes, you got to have them for the
speakers.
The sound system.
Yeah.
I'll check and see if the town has one that will work, that's not horribly loud.
Because there is not any power on the grounds outside of Hazard School. I don't know if you can think of anything else.
You guys can tell me, I think I've got my marching orders. One thing
Got more
with
than you
regard to
want.
parking for the day, if there are a couple of committee members that would, like to assist with just throwing a fluorescent vest on and being able to be, like at the parking lot and just directing traffic. We will have a police detail at Columbia and School Street, but it'll just, people will slow down. Hey, you can drop off and then swing around, park in the front lot of the high school, or if they have a handicap placard, there's gonna be spots in the parking lot. But if anybody is interested and can do that, it would be pretty much, I don't know, a
So you
half
say
hour,
you
a
have
half
the
hour
vests,
before
but-
I have a fluorescent
Okay.
vests, and it's just a visual cue for people, so we can
They want to know what they're gonna be able to hit.
coordinate that. Yeah.
Yes, I
Um,
understand.
A bright target.
Okay,
I'll tell you about the ceremony.
sure.
Okay, so it's gonna happen at the monument. I have put out the press to everybody. We've gotten to URI Magazine, URI Today, Providence Journal, South County Independent, and the Narragansett Times, the Westerly Sun, the East Bay Media, Hey Rhody, and the Rhode Island Monthly. Invited guests, already had a confirmation from who's going to be the keynote speaker is Secretary of State Maury. Hopefully, I'll find out today, but our master of ceremonies will be Luke, because part of this, he's going to be talking about it. We have the invocation and the benediction is done by Wallace Hazard. We have someone who's going to play the Star Spangled Banner, who is military, will come in uniform, and they play a guitar and they have their own sound system. Okay, so there's another reason for sound. It's just awesome if you hear it. Okay. The other, we're hoping for a bagpiper at some point in the ceremony, and also at the tent, we're hoping we have period music with violins, and we're trying to catch that right now. This is a lot of work in a short amount of time, and we just got approval on Tuesday. So this is like, some of you do this for a living, so you know. We've invited all of the state reps, the state senators, the governor, Senator, let's see, who is he? White House and Reed. And I've heard from White House, and White House, he hated it, because he's got some grants. They're turning me on to some grants for this situation. And he said that he has taking a personal day. He has no other commitments. And the way we designed it is that it'll be 10:45 will be the time they arrive, and they get 15 minutes of direction. And then after that, they're seated in a special seating, and then the ceremony begins exactly at 11. And then we're hoping it's short and sweet, it's like this. The second part is really cool. It is going to be a reveal, and Luke is making the boards right now, and they're 42 by, do you remember? 30, and he's making those, and we're getting easels. Somebody might make them. And they're heavy art easels that are nice and stable. And we're talking about covering them. We have a special cover for them. But what we're going to have them do, Kasim Yarn is definitely confirmed already. And we were hoping he and Reed would put the wreath, and then everybody else isn't going to do anything but be ceremonial, okay? So they're going to stand depending, who shows up. Rory's going to read the proclamation, and it depends on who shows up. But when they show up, if it's 5, then you have 5 people between those boards. If 20 officials show up, then we'll have 20 people there, and they will stand by a board. And this is for photo ops for the press, and they will unveil them, and Luke will talk a little bit about it. Okay, and then after that's done, then that's when the bagpipe takes off, and we have the benediction, and we move to the tent area, and that's where there's going to be speakers in the tent, and we've got some of these speakers that are
that are on the speaker series, like Loren will be there.
so she'll be speaking. Sade will be speaking. So,
And so will Rooms.
Jason Rooms.
Jason Rooms, who is a descendant. We hope to have, we can get and identify in this short time, we want to have citations for descendants. And this is strictly at the monument. This is to the monument, okay? And then the reveal is the reveal about what's coming, because we don't have time to have a monument yet. And we will have down the road, hopefully, Luke's really going to try to get that monument done by the end of the year so we can have an official ceremony at that monument. Maybe it's on a trailer or something, but it's not going to sit, because that's going to take, I think it's going to take a year to make that complex. So that's the gist of what's going on. And we've told the people that they can leave at the lot, like there's a big event like this in Woonsocket, and Secretary of State Amori is going to leave at the end of it. He's taken off, and you have that option. But a lot of them want to politic in the tent. And this is an option for them to, either go in there and see people, talk to them, and things like this. So they're going to want to do that, and maybe everybody wants to go. That's an official. I don't know if they want to. If they want to talk to people, they have. But all the guests will be in the tent, and the music will be going, and that's it. So does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think one unique thing is Carol is trying to get some material. Go ahead.
Oh.
I think that is.
That's why I looked at her. She didn't say anything.
well, because I haven't gotten it yet. I reached out to a friend that used to own a mill, and they made slave cloth. So he is digging through his basement to find me pieces of it so we can put it over top of the panels when Luke brings them. So they'll be on the easel.
They made that right here in the mill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
because that's what Kersey Road is, Kersey cloth.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
what it was
that's what I
for.
reached
Oh,
out
I
to.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, and he's going to get back to me. He said, "Don't worry about it. I have it." So.
Yeah. It's pretty good history in that. Yeah. Cotton will get shipped up here, and slave cloth will get shipped back.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is about that history is that they all, like Peacedale, Mary Peace, she was from the South. Well, they used to take all their wares down there and peddle them. And because they used to have slaves here, and they outlawed it, so they went south and did the same thing. Most of those slave owners and lumber barons were from Connecticut and New England, so they just took their wares elsewhere. So the point is that that's why there was such a connection between the. What's the movie about? What's the name of the movie?
Which movie?
Yeah.
I mean, that one movie about that one?
Gone with the Wind.
Oh.
Oh.
Homer Baron.
Another thing is too, Grace is gonna print out pieces of the book from Frederick Douglass when he was talking about how the slave cloth was so raw that it scraped his skin. So we'll have samples on the table for people to actually feel too.
And Erica Luke hopefully she's trying to come up with artifacts to put there and have a table of artifacts there. So there'll be discussion and going on about that, and even though we don't have a monument, we're preparing for a monument.
Can I just ask that if you are need to compensate or pay out any honorariums for speakers, that I need that as soon as possible, because we're trying
Nobody's.
to- Okay,
We have.
just wanted to
I
check
think
because-
the speaker series does.
Yes, those I'm taking care of, but we're coming up on, if it's anything in June, I have to get information now, so just, yeah, keep me posted.
Music will cost money.
That's amazing. That's just incredible. I mean, you guys set the pace with Liberty Tree planning, and as we've seen other Liberty Tree plannings with very demure, crowds, you guys knocked it out of the park with that one. This one, you're upping it again appropriately. So that sounds like an amazing event. Perfectly timed as well as the elected officials get out of the General Assembly. We're doing a ribbon cutting at the Ocean Robotics Lab. I think the following day, and you just take advantage of all that. Folks that want to be out there, be seen, and I'm so happy to hear that you've got right to the highest folks in the state getting them out here. As we've been saying all along, we want to make sure that we get good participation from our community coming out here. This is a rallying cry to help out with fundraising, getting the word out, whatever the wants, needs are. You guys have championed this effort. Luke has brought your concept to a vision so you can share with everybody. You know what I mean?
This wouldn't happen without him.
Well, it's so kudos. That's amazing. And just again throughout the rest of this month, just keep on peppering us with wants, needs. I heard you, Terry, wear a vest and go out there. Like, can I wear a powdered wig as well?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, might as well.
Just out of it.
Okay.
Why do you feel you need a wig?
All right. Yeah. So it's longer. That's why.
Is it whiter?
It is wider. This is these are my racing stripes.
And I haven't I haven't heard from everybody, so that doesn't mean they're all gonna be there, but I've asked everybody. It took
Yeah.
forever and ever. You have to send invitations, you have to, on everyone, you have to fill out forms. And one of them asked me who's coming and have they accepted the governor?
Yeah. It's check once, twice, and thrice. Okay, that's amazing. Again, thank you for that update. So that's military history recognition and the monument.
Can
any
I
other
just
thing?
mention
Yeah,
something?
go ahead.
Sade got the excellent award for working with us from URI.
Oh.
So,
Nice.
not just one,
That's awesome.
Thank you. And we already had a teaching there. That's another thing you could talk about. We already had a group come and she taught at the monument, which is what the educational concept is supposed to be. So she actually led, and we got video of it, and she actually led a lecture at the monument.
And it was great. It was
Oh,
a good
thank you.
time.
It
It was
was
really good.
So are you taking notes so that at the 300th, you'll be able to be chair?
350.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I have to leave, but I just wanted to thank everybody for the excellent presentation for the Memorial Day parade that wasn't at the South Kingstown High School between you, Kenny, and Tiger. It was a very impressive ceremony, and I saw a lot of folks from Narragansett and South Kingstown, which is nice, and I thought the whole thing was just great. I just was amazed, and I thought, wow, now, if it hadn't rained and all this was outside of the park, it would have been so dramatic. But thank you, I've got a scoop to the high school. Awards night at the high school. But
right.
I just wanted to thank you, because it was really excellent, yeah.
Thank you, Joanne.
Yep,
And,
thanks. Mhm.
good luck tonight.
Okay, yep, thanks.
Anything else, Carol?
Thank you, yep.
All right, so we'll move on to 4th of July enhancement. Okay.
Did we
I did
get-
have something
Yes,
else.
hold on.
Money. Are we gonna talk about
Yeah,
oh,
that's-
that's in another part, okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, no
We
worries.
will get the Wakefield concert band?
No, they did not, because they could only do it they didn't wanna do it early because there's not enough people in the
Mhm.
park early, before the main event. They're, honestly, if it's a nice beach day, people aren't at the park early.
True.
But they are interested in next year, which does us no good. But anyway, we weren't able to do that. We did set up, a menu, but we're going to bring back a full, like, children's activity area within the tennis court area with, bounce houses, some interactives. There's a soccer, kind of it's like darts almost, soccer darts, and another, I think it's a basketball shoot, and a couple of bounce houses. So there will be a children's activity area set up at the tennis courts. We did purchase additional 250 decorations. I think we put some of them out at the memorial ceremony along the stage. We've got the band, we've got the additional fireworks. We have had public safety meetings that involve a little more intense preparation, because we do anticipate a larger crowd if the weather is good. So we have a higher level of investment in the number of public safety officials that we'll have on duty, as well as removing fences, because the construction site that's up, we will be taking significant amount of fencing down on the softball field for full egress in the event of any type of emergency. But I think that's where we're at now. We have flyer is posted and it's in the brochure, and Postal Credit Union did contribute a $500 donation as a sponsor, and we'll have their banner up. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a big event, providing the weather is right. And I did wanna talk about just seeing if we could purchase some giveaways, something, not to make a mess of the park, but for the kids, something that's appropriate for the 250th with the logo on it. So I started to do a little.
Okay, I'll swing by tomorrow and chat with you about that.
Yeah, I'm.
I need to come see you about something else too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Terry, were
And
there any- sorry.
and Ken and I were talking about if we can make it happen, a little village people. The chief of police has already said no, but he said he would give us another cop.
Another what? I'm sorry.
Policeman, the village people,
Yeah.
To do the YMCA.
through the YMCA.
To actually have the crowd.
Well, we would
Yeah.
lip sync to
Right,
it,
yeah.
the actors on the stage. So a policeman, we would have a revolutionary person instead of a cowboy,
Fireman.
a fireman. Yeah, we could probably get a real fireman.
Could pluck the fireman right out of
We could do that.
Yeah,
Construction.
Construction's
a
easy.
construction worker.
Yeah, but the obvious thing is, how do
Indigenous
you,
person.
how do you do the indigenous person? That seems to be off-putting. It worked for the 70s. I don't know that it works now.
That's an ask.
That's an ask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Are
that
you
is,
trying to do something from that era?
it's honestly,
yeah.
we're just doing the song.
the song
but
YMCA.
I think there's like there's a million ways this could go wrong. And in the context
Well,
of trying to do
that's what I'm
things
saying,
right,
because
how would we do
They used
it?
pails of water, they didn't have firemen.
Well,
That's.
The fireman, I think, is an easy lift.
Right,
It's
but I'm-
really the indigenous person on the YMCA.
Right, but what I'm saying, if during that time period,
Yep.
because I went to they went to a lecture down in Connecticut, and they were saying that on the War of 1812, the way you stopped it was everybody stood around pails of water, and they would shoot into the houses to try to burn them down from the water. And so the point was and I said, oh, they didn't have firemen as a new concept.
Yeah, but this is just for 4th of July enhancement. So this is the characters from the singing group, the Village People. So we're not. Yeah.
Try to get pails of water.
Is that to engage the crowd?
It's
Yeah.
it's an
Like, so
interstitial in between acts. We have one of our 250th members who hasn't been at the meetings. He's been traveling. He's a researcher at the Bay campus. His name is Pierre Maroc. He's got a very heavy, thick French accent. We have a working concept to have him come out there to be the Rochambeau and to have some interaction with colonial figures. Then there's a segue to have the audience get up and do the YMCA. Stretch your legs. That's it. It's about 5 minutes. I think the point still stands. If people remember the Village People, there is that. It didn't age very well. The indigenous person on the Village People, I don't think plays well today. So as Carol said, this would be an ask. I think there's a way it could happen, but we'd have to figure out how that would happen, and we shouldn't do it if it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
If we think as a group that this was just pushing the boundaries of good taste or bad taste for that matter.
Just out of curiosity, do they use that character still?
I don't even know if they
I haven't
do.
seen them in a
Right?
while.
I haven't, but I look at that. I look at the pictures. I'm like, oh my god, that was.
You remember that? No.
Not really.
Yeah, it's a.
You're not
I
missing.
mean,
You don't remember the Village People?
I probably don't remember.
Yeah.
But
All right, so that's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
I'm still feeling that one out. Okay.
Okay, so that's part of the potential enhancement.
But I like the idea of engaging once the crowd is there. There is a break. The band takes a break in the middle.
Yep.
Usually the sound person is playing just upbeat music. One year, the year that it poured rain that we delayed and we did end up having, which was only a couple of years ago, we had scheduled our country line dance
Yes.
person
Yeah.
to come and lead, like teach one simple line dance with his students, and then have anybody who wanted to get up
Right.
do that. But I see your point in that it is something that fills that gap with a little engagement,
Yeah.
rather than just, not that people seem mind just hanging and, listening to music, but it unifies, I think, everybody's doing the same thing, so.
Okay. Anything else, Mark?
Are there any
No,
food
that's it for the,
Sorry.
Everyone can watch what they love.
I'm sorry. Can't get it off. Apologize.
Oh yeah, food trucks. We have 11 or 12 food
Oh,
trucks.
great.
They're right on Kingstown Road. The road gets closed off. So yes, food trucks, band. We have the woman who does the tattoos for the kids, and then we have the children's activities. We have the fireworks.
So what kind of help do you need from this committee?
I
Would you
think
let us know?
potentially with the children's activities, because that can get kind of like the Wild Wild West in terms of like they're everywhere all at once, and we'll have some staff. Obviously, we have our seasonal staff that will be all over the park, but maybe a few volunteers that can help. And that's like a 2-hour time frame. That's before it gets dark. That's kind of the early end of the program.
Roughly what time, Terry, just roughly?
I'm sorry.
Roughly what time? Just
Oh,
roughly.
probably like 5:30 to 7:30 in that time frame.
Is Kathy Ann gonna be there too during the 4th of July, or just at the beach party?
Who?
Kathy Ann.
She's a
Minnie
costume
Mouse, Mickey
character.
Mouse.
Oh,
Paw
yeah,
Patrol, the whole 9 yards, yeah.
I'm not aware of her being at the 4th of July event.
It's gonna be pretty hot.
Oh, she
I
doesn't
mean,
mind.
could have-
Right?
idea.
Amazing.
You
okay.
know, that's my friend.
Yeah, we
Is that
can
right?
bring it up tomorrow.
She's been
Yeah.
amazing.
She's done Lucas's
What do you
birthday
do if it
parties many
rains?
times.
Yeah, nice.
We have a rain date of July 5th. If it rains and we have to cancel, we try not to cancel. But when we have to, it has to be canceled early, because once they set up the fireworks, they have to
He can't
shoot
remember
them.
if it's gonna rain.
Have this ever happened before?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm thinking
And the day
same thing.
after, and the day we book with the band, we book an alternate band, because now the band that we have, Take It to the Bridge, is so popular that they book themselves and they don't wanna hold 2 dates. And the fireworks is part of the contract, that if it's canceled on the 4th, they're shooting them on the 5th. Food trucks, we don't get into that detail, but most of those food trucks wanna be.
What
at
day is the
event.
4th?
A Saturday.
Oh, nice.
And it's recognized on Friday the 3rd.
Federally?
Federal.
It's funny because we have the state and the
Yeah,
municipality.
we have
that do the
Juneteenth
Mon-
off.
Are doing the 6th
Yeah.
or the 7th.
Yeah, so it's the
Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be working that Saturday, so that's gonna be great.
Yes.
6th, the 6th. Anyway, that's besides the point. But so that's what we do if it rains. Please, it's not gonna rain.
It's
We've had enough
anticipated
rain.
that,
It rained on Memorial Day.
Right.
it's anticipated that Trump's gonna give the 3rd and the 6th off. Because 250.
Really?
Wouldn't bother me. I'm gonna be working anyway. So.
Yeah.
it's not-
Do you need any crowd control? Peeps?
I think we're good with crowd control because we have a very high number of public safety officials who will be on site and off site monitoring the area. They are, and beyond Old Mountain Field. My responsibility is what's happening between Kingstown Road, Old Mountain Field, but their responsibility is the town, but the immediate area, because we all know the overflow that happens in parking lots and roads and everywhere, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel very comfortable with the level of attention that the public safety people are giving this event, so.
that's good, yeah.
So all the parking lots will be full.
And the field behind the bowling alleys that used to be able to sit in,
Yeah, the
that's all
hazard,
houses
yeah,
now.
Right, so people who sit there.
Belmont's gonna be packed all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to South County Commons and
That's
sit
where,
on that.
yeah,
you can
that's
see
where
it.
I usually go.
Okay, anything else on 4th of July? Moving on then to Town Beach Party.
All right. So I been exchanging some emails with Terry this week, and some good news. The Field of Artisans, who already had a commitment, that fell through, so they are now able to attend the beach party. So we're excited to have them participate. And also Terry let me know that the Women League of Voters would also like to set up a table, and so we're going to invite them to that event as well. I spoke to the manager of Alltown, Frank, today to follow up on their participation, and he let me know that they did escalate the request to upper level management, and so they're working on that. He was able to give me the email address to the person who is in charge of that, so I'm gonna try to shoot them an email tomorrow to just introduce myself and let them know if they need any more information. You know, I'm hoping to get that solidified soon, so we can either invite another food truck or utilize them to you know, provide some snacks and beverages and whatnot. Also, I started working on the mass gathering permit.
Oh, yes.
And
Sorry.
yeah, no problem. I was doing well until I hit the, I think it's called the safety plan of action that they'd like to see. Kind of had me stumped a little bit.
We can work on that. We had to do the same for the 300th, and that was even a little more complicated. So I'll pull up that application with the detail on it, and we can look at that and revise and update it as necessary to fit this activity.
Yeah, thank you. I figured you might have something on
I do.
file that I could kind of use as a template. So, yeah, I'd like to try to get that done. Terry, you said by July we want that done,
Yeah,
so we
it
can
would be-
present that?
Yep. Get it on the meeting.
Okay. And I'm not sure if I shared it with the last meeting, but we were wondering about a DJ. I did contact Kathy Ann, had a DJ in mind for us. I just wanted to double check with Ted to make sure that his DJ wasn't available, and he let me know that he did have a DJ in mind, Corey, DJ Blademon, who he has used in the past and has had you know, good success with. So we're going to utilize him. We've been exchanging some text back and forth this week as well. So I'd like to meet with him in the next couple weeks to just kind of go over, you know, his thoughts and, you know, what we hope to have him do. So, you know, kind of like what you guys were talking about before for the 4th of July, we want to kind of fill in the gaps of the bands, you know, to have someone keep the crowd occupied, involved, and so that's the plan there. Other than that, things are going smoothly. You know, it's just a matter of, at this point, maybe trying to get a handout, you know, to be able to distribute, you know, about the event, to, you know, start to advertise.
Yep. Terry, for the folks that were crowd control people for the 300th, does that certificate expire? Do we need to do that again?
I'm not sure, Mark. I have to check.
Okay.
I think it does expire, but I don't know how long it's good for. Could be 2 years. 2 years? Oh, Ron says 2 years, so
There you go.
I just missed it.
Those
take a
reps
look.
get it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, if we need to do that, I'm sure a good number of us can be crowd control qualified.
It's an online training to be a certified crowd control manager for crowds larger than a certain size. I forget what it is. I think outdoors it's like bigger than 500 or something like that.
And also one more thing, we did get a face painter as well. Kathy Ann recommended someone who she uses all the time, and so I've talked to her. She said that she could be there as long as we need her, but it's going to be $100 an hour. So we have to keep that in mind, and I figured probably if they didn't get their face painted, by say hour number 3, we probably don't need the last hour, so normally people.
So that's for free face painting then?
Yes, yeah, so.
Say that's.
Yeah, not per person.
Well, or even hour, like $400 for.
8 faces?
Yeah, well, that's actually a discount according to her.
No, that's fine.
So, my thought is we do have money, to kind of move around there, but, maybe we could have her for 2 hours. And I think that should probably be enough. I mean, normally, it's just the younger ones that like to do that. Sometimes older people like to, and that's fine. But, I think probably 2 hours is plenty of time to
Definitely.
get that done. Yeah.
I did it for free. What was wrong with Did it. How else?
Okay, this might be a good segue. You all set?
Yeah, I'll say.
So I think the next item got jumbled, but it's the budget. So I know we wanted to talk about budget. I just handed this out, Terry. So is this summary of expenses to date? Is this what?
Yes,
this is?
that's what that is. That's just, I ran that report quickly so that everyone could see that this is what has been spent. There's a little bit of money that's encumbered that hasn't been spent yet, like $200 for a speaker series thing, a reimbursement for $51 for tomorrow, but
So if I could, just look at the bottom line. You're like $17,500 is what I'm looking at. We had a budget of 30,000.
20,000.
20,000.
They weren't
That was
committing.
aspirational.
Right, they did not commit an additional 10,000 for the 26-27 fiscal year. So 20,000
Do
was
we-
allocated this year.
Okay.
Huh. I could have sworn it was like, we'll give you $30,000.
I thought that was the case too.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Well, let's talk about needs. Okay, so what's remaining is military history recognition, town beach party. I think Terry, you had mentioned, and honestly, with short strokes going to the 4th of July, I think what we're bringing to the table is kind of a light lift. But you're talking about some tchotchkes, something for the kids.
Yep.
So if we just kind of focus on needs of the committees, if there looks to be $2,500 on the table for a $20,000 budget. I thought that, the original budget was more like 30,000.
Yeah.
It was.
It was.
That's
was
it.
the original.
That's what
And
we
they
were
didn't
working
give
off
it
of.
to you. They only gave you 20.
Well, they gave us 20 for one fiscal year, and then it's supposed to be 10 the next fiscal year, which starts July 1st. So I think the point is, like, what do we need now? Or what are the needs? I think
So
the monument
now-
has a big burden as far as like the full vision. Russ, I know you were shy on a little bit of funding for entertainment. Terry mentioned, some things for the 4th of July, so I don't know the best way to address this.
So are you talking over and above what you've already allocated to each committee?
Yeah,
You're talking about over and above?
I'm
What-
thinking the
Because-
remaining programs,
Right.
right? So it's the monument, it's the town beach party, and it's the 4th of July. There are three,
27.
which is part of the,
Oh, the monument, okay.
yeah, well, it's the
okay.
military history recognition, right?
Okay.
So I was able to move over, that $2,000, as Luke suggested, so that went over to cover the cost of the tent.
But
So
I've got something that you passed out before that said you gave us 2,000 for our event.
So
We
that.
should have $4,000.
So there's, right, so thank you for that.
Right.
So So the net is about $500 left over that's in the current bank account. You get 2,000 at a minimum, plus the 2,000 that Luke had suggested we move over. That's available to you today. I think Terry needs to kind of confirm the council's prior promise to give us 30,000. I thought it was 20,000 this current year and 10,000
Yeah.
starting on July 1st.
And I think that'll go towards the mine, I think that'll go to the plaza, I guarantee you.
Well, so I guess the point is that there's three programs, and I'm just letting everybody just kind of put it out there. So I clearly, the mine needs a ton of support. I don't think it's not that much of a financial need for 4th of July or for the town beach. So you guys just need to kind of talk it through. What do you need? And then we should figure out where the money goes.
We know,
I think we're okay,
well, $4,000,
Yeah.
yeah.
as long as
Well,
we know we're getting that.
For June 27th.
Right.
But then, so July 1st will happen. Theoretically, I'm gonna say prospectively, the town council has committed another 10,000. So maybe we come back and we
Well, I think
look and
that's
see.
and I think that's when Luke's talking about the plaza, because we're trying to fund the actual monument itself. He's talking about an educational plaza.
Sure.
And so I think that might go towards that.
Well,
The town, that's the town, right? Isn't the town
So I-
helping with that?
I think,
They didn't commit to that, but I think that's I'm talking to him, I think that's what he's thinking.
I think the scope of that, I think $10,000 will be chicken feed for that big
I know.
scope of work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
that should even be considered
I don't think
as,
it is.
as
This part.
needed for this,
Yeah.
for that plaza. 'Cause-
well, it's needed, right? It's a needed thing, and I think just being agnostic to where things go, I think as long as the work groups say, hey, this is what our need is. And honestly, I mean, I looked at that monument, I'm like, that's gotta be $500,000, $750,000. It's a big number if you do it right. And it's just, whatever the number is, it's a number, it's a need. The 4th of July is pretty much funded.
We're not gonna take any more money from, if we're gonna buy trinkets, we'll take them, I'll take it out of the general fund.
So that's,
Okay.
well, thank you for that. So then,
I mean-
then it's really just Russ saying what his needs are financially, and then, like I said, I'm not saying what goes where. I'm just saying you guys should get together, caucus, figure it out, talk with Luke, because clearly there's a much more substantial need for the monument.
I
I'd
think-
love to see the town council say, we're setting up a fund for this. If they don't, then again, you guys are just at the table, and let's let the committee decide.
I don't think actually that plaza is this responsibility here. I think that is the town, Luke, and trying to get the excavation work
Yep.
pro bono. But I do think when it comes time to have the dedication in the fall, I don't know, I haven't looked what's appropriated for that little ceremony. So is there money appropriated?
We want another ceremony that we couldn't have because of the delay,
Sure,
okay?
sure.
And that ceremony is gonna be around a monument, and he indicates we should be able to have the monument done and ready by the end of this year, hopefully in the fall.
Okay.
And at that point in time, we'd like to have a very big ceremony for that monument, because that's what this is all about.
So, again, I'd say between Sharon, you and Carol and everybody on the Military History Recognition Committee, whatever your needs are, I think we just put it on paper. It feels like you guys are whole in terms of what you need for the 27th of this month. That's great.
But we didn't know what, that's what we kept on saying, well, we have all these needs and wants, but do we have the money? And we had to get that, that's what the question was here from you, with the authority on, and Terry, with the money, what money can we spend, even though we hold back, we go, a porta potty, we can get 2 porta potties. Things like that, we just don't even think about spending, because if it's not there, it's not there.
Right, so to your point, some of these items could be donated, but that compels us or the committee to go out and find somebody, it's work.
That's what we're doing.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
we're
so
doing that.
if you have a list of those items, then you can start pecking away at it, and honestly, being without pretending that all that is gonna get funded somehow and it's not gonna be donated, all we wanna know is like, what do you expect by the end of the year for your ceremony? You think that's a 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, whatever? How much do you think, you said you want it to be a big event. How much do you think it is? And it's just an open discussion. If we have $10,000, we had 20,000 this year, 10,000 on July 1st should be coming in, then that's a discussion between the two remaining groups. And I don't think Russ needs all that. It's just, you guys just have to kind of say what your needs are, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We can do that, that's not
All
a
right.
big deal.
And I'm putting Terry on the hot seat because she's not quite sure if the 10,000 is coming.
I do not think it is. I do not think there's $10,000 in the 26-27 budget for, the SKUSA 250.
So then I'd have to go to Russ and say, how much is your project budget?
So,
Because
yeah,
I don't-
I'm going to have to revise the numbers a little bit. But the last time I looked, we were about 2,000 short.
What is the total budget number?
Oh,
Because this accounting here doesn't, this is just
that's
expenditures.
just the actual what's been spent.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to, I'm working backwards here. I'm trying to figure out.
9,400.
Mine was 9,100.
All right, so if
$7,800 was the budget, was what was, I have your summary budget.
yeah,
Christian's in there.
And
Okay.
it was $7,800 originally, but then.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So the total cost was 9,100. So we were 2,300 short.
so if we, again, I'll lean into it and say, if we get another 10,000 on July 1st, then that funds your program and there's money left over that goes to the monument group. But Terry has to validate if the council actually budgeted that and if that is an actual thing.
I'm gonna tell you I'm 95% sure it's not an actual thing.
Okay. That's interesting because they offered it to us and we accepted it.
I'm gonna go back and look at the minutes of the meeting where they approved and supported the SK 250 committee for 20,000 for FY 25-26.
Okay.
And North Kingstown got 10 total.
Yeah, that's North Kingstown. We're better than that.
Well, they were also late to the game.
Now, the speaker series has a balance too, because there was 3,500 budgeted for speaker series.
Yep.
And that has not all been spent, but I know there's some coming up, right now.
And printing,
Oh, well, there's $1,540 already spent, but that includes, the two upcoming of Christian McBurney's and, Lauren Spears.
what about Max Scott, he's not.
That's not in this accounting because we haven't cut a check yet.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me say this directly, Russ. You could be planning the best event, the town beach party event that has no money. You need to talk to your local councilors. Because they promised it to us, and that's why you've done all this work for the last year. So let's find out what that is, and if somehow I'm mistaken, and I know we put together a budget that was maybe around, what was it, like 150,000, remember when they almost threw me out of town hall the first time around? And they told me to come back, and we cut it all the way back down to 30,000 with justification. They approved it.
Okay.
They
Okay.
approved it, and we have been planning on it based on that. So I'm getting a little animated here, but I think we'll figure this out.
Yeah, and then the other thing that's not included in this is the $5,000 grant that went towards the skirmish, right?
Yes, that we met, we talked about, that got added to the skirmish budget. Is that in here in this? It must
So
be.
that's not, that's not in here, and all the skirmish expenditures are,
Right.
I think, because there's nothing left to pay unless you see something that's missing, Ken.
No.
Because then, the total budget would be 25,000 if you include that grant, and then if you add the 2,000 for the military recognition, 27,000.
Right.
So you're actually, if you look at it,
And we got 8,000 from the state, just like he got 5,000.
Right, but
Right.
that's going into your.
It's separate.
fund,
503.
right? That's going
Yeah.
Oh,
it's because it's not going in there.
That's
right,
it.
so that's
And
kind
they
of.
transferred the 16,000 that we got for grant, for,
Right, and
let's-
that's-
that goes in, that's
Yeah, we
passing
put that
through.
right out.
It's going to-
So, you know,
Yeah, I've got, in my notes, I've got 20,000 for FY '26, 10,000 for FY '27. I'll remain optimistic.
okay,
I've
no,
heard
I agree,
conversations.
I'll check, I could be completely mistaken. If I am, I hope I am.
Okay, fair enough.
I really do, I listen.
Well, we know it's one or the other. It's one or the other, so, and if,
But we don't, if we don't get the 10,000, and that was just something that flew by, we have enough money to pull off this event, but not enough to pull the event off in the fall.
right, so, and I think, to your point, overall, what we're trying to do is just rally and figure out what are the project needs. Thank you, Terry. She's got her own fund for 4th of July, so it's really just the Town Beach Party and the monument. And we'll talk that through. So it seems like next time we meet, we'll have an update as far as the budget. We'll see where we stand. Okay. Yeah, because we have to release artists that are committed, and Field of Artisans and Kathy Ann and all these other folks. Okay. Did anybody have any other questions or comments on the budget? Okay, so for next month, through correspondence, we'll figure out if that additional funding is coming or not. The next item is the grants, donations, and fundraising. I know there was a great presentation at the council meeting. Sharon, I saw a post. You received a grant check from the General Assembly. That's amazing.
That was a surprise,
That's wonderful.
because I thought I was gonna have to go big again.
So you guys are rolling along, appropriately getting people educated, getting them informed. You've got the big event at the end of this month. The ultimate goal is to get some donations in kind towards the end of the year, having another larger scale event maybe to help fund the or bring awareness to the overall site improvements. I'm loving the interaction of the town. I think the town is taking some ownership or reclaiming some ownership of a monument. So it's got great grassroots effort to make this a whole monument, but it is on town property, so that's great.
Well, I think they're also too looking at it as a really refined element to the high school project.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, that will really
Yeah.
be a big plus
Sure.
of entrance to that school.
Yeah.
Tell me about, you all right?
Oh, I have a meeting with African Studies and Talent Development to have a couple of students help us work with working on the monument and finding names. So we'll continue that, won't just be the end of it, eventually.
And possible curriculum inclusion with this educational concept from that university. And Mac Brown is the one who said.
Max Scott.
Max Scott said, Dr. Max Scott. He said, when we were talking to him, we were Zooming with him, he's got a curriculum. I don't know if you know this, an indigenous curriculum. And he goes to the state conferences for social studies. And he is going to, we were talking about if we didn't think it was going to happen for that moment of time, we were thinking about maybe putting it somewhere else, like close to the Tamaqua Museum on campus. And he said, no, this monument needs to go next to the other monument. It needs to be a companion monument. He was very insistent on that. Well, I think he's got some ideas of Brown University. And they're also at Yale. They have a professor there who leads an indigenous department. He's also interested. So we're talking now, we're getting universal, and here's the surprise, are y'all ready? CNN contacted me, and they want to do an interview on the monument, so there you go.
That's great, fantastic. That's great.
They're waiting for a thing.
He created a curriculum from K to 12, and he's given it to the school systems free to teach them how to teach the native language when they're having discussions on it. Josh Carter's already doing it at Pequot Museum. They have a bunch of teachers come in every year, and this will be the second year, and they're reviewing and learning for 5 weeks straight. So, and they're taking it back to Connecticut and other schools.
So this has morphed into something pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little South Kingstown.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. July 29th, we'll be having a fundraiser at General Stanton Inn. They were kind enough to give it to us free. So it's just getting the meal or light snacks together, so that way we can charge a fee, double the fee in the sense, so that way we make a profit to go toward the monument. And we'll
When is
have
that?
people there. That's the 29th of July. Loren will be there. Alan Hazard, hopefully. Josh Carter will be there. Sade will be there speaking. We'll have tents set up so they can learn a little bit. We'll have a fundraising of liquor, of course, is always there. Everybody always donates baskets. There'll be jewelry and just different things. I have a friend that's making a revolutionary quilt, in a sense. She's a master quilter, and she's taking the image that Luke designed, and she's trying to put that into the quilt. So that will be a big surprise. And
Did you contact Joe Viali at the South County Chamber of Commerce?
No, I
So he
haven't
could
yet.
probably get all the Chamber of Commerce folks to get to it.
You can do that. No.
This is all we do 24/7.
I've been reaching out
4
to so
o'clock in
many
the
people
morning
that
till
I've
bed.
grown up with that I know have like small businesses, and they're
Yeah.
really interested. And they're like, Kip, what do you need? And I said, this is what we're
Plus
gonna
you even
need
got
later
people
on.
to donate boulders, right?
And he still has boulders, so he said if you need them to chop up the boulders, they can chop up the boulders and make the stone wall. And they would be indigenous.
And we had an individual donor give us $10,000.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And we haven't even started.
No, we're just waiting for that.
Do you know if Luke is going to do a quantity takeoff? Is he gonna estimate this? Like, I'm just
That's what
wondering.
he's trying to do.
Yeah, because all this is concept, and this is just
Yep.
saying, here, this is gonna be, and what you saw was gonna present.
We have
He
no
wants
idea
us
how
to
much.
have the monument so badly, and we can't have it until, so, but we can, if we get approval to go ahead with the monument. He's working with a carver, and that, and what it involves, and the authenticity of the names and the research involved, which it has been. It's gotta be right. Then I believe we can go ahead with it.
Sure. Yeah, and the reason why I ask is really, I think you've got the graphic, the concept is wonderful, and when you put a dollar amount next to it, then it makes it a little bit easier to raise money. Then you can show people how far you're progressing, and then it becomes kind of like, hey, did you know about this? And other people start talking, you build momentum, especially when it gets close to closing the gap. We had some pretty good success with the 300th raising funding and talking to some locals. We had some very generous donors when we were able to share with them some details. So you guys are right on the cusp.
When they
of
see
being
that,
there.
when anybody sees that, his
Right,
rendering,
that's
and it's
it,
gonna be
that's
much
it.
better in a
Right.
month.
Yeah.
Town council sat there and said this belongs in Washington DC.
Yeah.
And then I get a call from CNN.
But I do think you will find the town reach out. I mean, when you're on building committees, you go ask for people, they are so generous. I think that monument and that plaza will absolutely take off.
Without a doubt.
It'll be the history that was lost.
Yeah, yeah, or it'll be left behind.
And we'll have a donation jar under the tent.
I already have the cans.
Okay.
We just have to put the logo on the front of it.
Oh, do you have any stickers, the logo?
I have them.
You have
There it
some
is.
stickers?
Happy to go get them and
Yeah,
pass them out.
because I was.
Well, it'd really be neat, what I used to do when I went to the, Joanne gave me the stickers, and whenever I did all my donations, like South County Bread
Mhm.
Company, and, I would give them a sticker and they put it in their storefront.
Yep.
I need to get new flyers to change the ones that are out because of
Yeah.
Christian's date got switched.
And we got a lot of printing programs, we got a lot of printing, and every one of these speaker series, make a big sign for the street, that's expensive. And then we have the flyers go out, and we put up individual flyers and PR it, so it costs money to do that too, which I think
Terry's doing.
Terry's got a big job.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how she keeps it.
What am I doing?
You've done the print.
Oh, okay, the press
Just
release.
corrected it, yeah, I need to get some
Oh,
more.
and that's another
Mine,
point.
mine prints, black and white.
Oh, yeah, Carol, I gotta print some out for you.
Okay.
The state said that when you accept the grant, that we have to, anything we put out that's got the monument on it, because that's what they gave us the money for, it has to have their branding on it and a statement on it, and their little logos. So that's another thing, everything's gotta be, that's another thing to think about. And so I talked to Lauren, and she said yes, and so if we do anything that we put on, this isn't got anything to do with, when we start doing anything, you know that, anything about, any advertising, it's got to have our estate.
For the fundraising.
No,
The monument.
just for advertising,
Everything.
putting up
For
flyers
everything.
all over
Okay.
town or anything.
Everything.
It's gotta have that, and I don't know, what about like the road show and people like that, do they have to have that too? All the television people, do they, if they're gonna be talking about the monument or they're gonna advertise the monument, do they have to have that in there?
I think just mentioning that it's funded in part by the Secretary of State's office, the 250th Commission, makes sense, it makes them whole.
And even in the paper?
Well, if it's printed, yeah, you can add that. I mean, we modified some of our advertising for the skirmish, and we dropped in that logo.
Okay.
You know. Speaking about logos and segueing over to community outreach, so the infamous Order of the Midnight Owls has struck twice. We've done a stencil of the 250th logo. First time we did it at the Wakefield Elementary School.
I saw that.
That was just to try to figure out if we knew how to do it.
Yeah.
And then we also stenciled it in front of the Choo Choo Loo, the comfort station on the bike path right next to our lumber, which is nice because Mark was able to get some donated spray paint from Arnold Lumber.
Yep.
And I didn't know if anybody else had any ideas of the next location. Again, this is intended to build up some momentum. We've got another few weeks before the 4th of July, but there's still ongoing awareness for the remaining war memorial, the companion memorial, as well as the town beach party.
Is there a place near?
Tourists.
Near the Mountain Field, is there a place to put a
Yeah,
picture
I
of
sent the
4th of July?
spot,
Yep.
Yeah.
not in the road, because it's a state road, but right in the entrance, that
Nice.
main
Oh,
entrance
yeah.
is
Yeah, very nice.
not, yeah.
Yep.
There, and how about in the Hazard School parking lot?
That's
where
what
we're
I'm
gonna do
thinking,
the-
yeah, one there. How
Yep.
about the driveway, if we have permission by, if the other speakers coming to the Contemporary Theater outdoors? How about one going down between,
Train station.
oh, by the train?
I mean, I would be fine with it, but that's a state,
Oh,
I mean, that's
okay.
Amtrak, right?
Yeah.
Who owns the train station?
Well,
There's a
it's
bike
town,
path inside,
excuse me,
right?
it's DOT.
It's DOT.
And I
Who
think
owns what is it?
the Kingston
yeah.
train station is owned by the state DOT. It's operated by Amtrak.
Okay.
But is DOT still building that parking lot expansion? I'm not sure.
Keep talking.
I don't know where that's at, I mean, they're
Yeah.
supposed to.
So the other, I heard somebody say, like, tourist and beach. So how about the entrance to the town beach?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you could
Yeah.
do that, I'm trying to think, is it pavement or gravel when you get, the road, the entrance in
Yeah,
is
it's all
gravel, but
gravel.
Yeah, no, obviously it'd
I
have to be on the
can't
pavement.
remember how far in there's
Yeah,
pavement.
that's what I was
It's
thinking
just
too,
only
like,
pavement.
maybe
I
where the
should
gate
know.
is, to the
Crossover.
pavement,
Yeah.
and then it turns to gravel. We'll have to take a look at that.
Right when you turn.
Yeah.
But Sharon, what are your thoughts about doing Hazard School, having the logo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was
That's
just,
school department property.
Yep.
But if it-
I
you gotta ask them.
can give you parks, I can give you bike path.
Okay.
So it sounds like what you're saying is we have to do it at nighttime.
That's not what I'm
The
saying.
principal would say
The
yes.
bike path.
Yes.
The principal would say yes.
Sharon said the principal said yes.
The
so
bike
we're
path
good.
up by URI would be good.
Yeah.
And
Kenny
Tuckertown
knows
Park.
somebody that can do that.
Can we do town park?
Yes.
Yep, and then the entrance to Tuckertown Park.
Yep. Okay.
How about by the library?
Which one?
A lot
We'd
of
have to
people.
talk.
Peacedale Lever.
Peacedale, people going in and out of there. Is it
They're
still
working
under
on that
construction?
driveway
right
now,
now.
so, I'm not sure when that'll be done.
And there should be one in downtown Wakefield somewhere.
It is.
On the bike
On the
path.
bike path,
Right.
right there at the
By
choo-choo
Arnold's.
thing.
Oh, right by,
Where they
not
had
like
that-
okay.
they built-
Near the
I'm
ice cream.
thinking up
You know,
towards
the
that
town
one.
hall
Would be nice because
What about town hall?
people that
Oh,
go there, they're not
Yeah.
getting out a lot
Yeah,
during the evening, or maybe not, but, and they're gonna have their parking lot redone very soon, but not that soon, so if you wanna.
yeah, just for everybody's awareness, the back of the envelope issue is that if people after a year feel like, do we still have to look at it, we can just get some driveway sealer, and we can just cover it back up. But I think for the remainder of this calendar year, we wanna be proud of the 250th celebration, and certainly there's a big push to support the monument, so.
See right over by the town hall?
Is Main Street,
Entrance to town, I think the entrance to town hall would be great.
I think it's
there'd be
great.
an issue with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that again is, Luke, I'm sure Luke and Jim wanna weigh in on that. I think the Guild parking lot needs one,
Yeah.
either maybe at the entrance over to the pedestrian bridge or at either entrance.
How about on that, rabbit?
I think that would get in big trouble if I.
How much do they charge you when you put it over at the paint place off Kingstown Road? Or
Uh,
is that paint?
I think you should
What's
put it,
it- what's your name?
I think
Which
you
one?
should put it
The guys that own the paint.
what's that liquor store?
Oh, that was crazy
No,
expensive, that was
Liberty.
like $5,000.
Oh,
Are you
Liberty?
serious?
Yeah, that was.
Think about how many people go there.
Yeah, or maybe it was
We're talking
more
about-
like $3,000 for the 300th when we painted the mural at Dennis Moffett Painting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was big money.
Yeah, that was
What
expensive.
about what about the entrance of the, what's the name of it?
Liberty Wine
Liberty.
and Spirits?
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing is private property, that it's kind of like a pay to play type of situation. So we're trying to get the graphic out there and then have businesses, like I'd like
He-
to
he
go to
already
Shaw's
talked
or
to him.
something
That's
what I
and
was
say, hey,
thinking.
if you
Shaw's
can help us out with
parking lot.
spray paint, we'll be happy to go over and
Sure, it's
do it.
parking lot for
How about
regular
Dennis
is
Moffett?
huge.
I already talked
Right
to
on
the
the
guy.
right
Yeah, well, that's, so we were just talking about that, the mural that we did for the 300th, that was like 3,000-ish. It was a lot of money that we paid for that. And he has a very specific way of doing,
I talked to that guy that owns Liberty Spirits,
yeah.
and he said he'd
Sure,
love to do
Val.
something like that.
That's a good, kind of central location coming in and out of Peaceville.
Everybody goes and gets something to drink there from Peaceville.
And beyond Peaceville. I've been known to stop by.
Me too, exactly. So, I mean, that's really in the name of it.
Liberty, yes. Yes, yes.
The Muse.
Store already has SK 300 on
Oh, it does?
it. Yeah.
Oh.
Did that, I feel that.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a question to the group. How do you get the tourists from Narragansett to Peaceville? I mean, to Main Street? How do you get them to come to our functions?
Free alcohol?
Because I come from a beach community and everybody that comes to the beach, you only can stay at the beach for so long. And then everybody's looking for something to do. That's the whole concept of Main Street. Now we got Rhode Island Main Street. And so point being that we had places we could put, brochures, things like that for tourists to come. Is there a tourist place?
You have to drop them off in the hotel.
Chamber of Commerce is a huge visual place right under the towers there, if they allow you to do that.
Yeah, but who
Everybody
goes in
wants-
there?
People that are coming through.
Yeah, I know that from under the B&B, a lot of people. You
Okay.
can't believe the people who pass through there in the
So there we
summertime.
go. I mean, when we put our flyers, we should put our flyers there. That's what I'm saying, advertising. And I'm talking about the beach. Everybody goes to the Narragansett Beach.
See if you can go near Narragansett Beach, if they let you.
But we're at Narragansett Beach.
There must be.
They have a kiosk
Yeah.
outside the clubhouse. I just don't know if they promote, rightly so, most of their summer activities, because.
Well, I put things at the senior center there. I go to the library and put it up in their library. But there's gotta be, that's too specific kind of older people. I mean, how do you get the people walking up and down the beach?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that a volunteer, rather than a town.
Yeah,
That's what we're
these-
talking about.
employee would
That's what
say,
I do.
I'm on this committee, would you consider posting this? It's open to anybody.
too.
Right.
Okay.
You can stick it there
Yeah.
and put flyers inside
And
the
South
towers.
County Tourism Council every week comes out with what is there to do in South County, and there's a big list, and we change it all the time, of what things to do.
Yeah, and then, you know, when we were doing events for Wakefield Village Association, we pay particularly close attention to other events that are happening around the same time. Or summer beach event or the Oktoberfest, and you'd kind of have a parody. Like, so you'd expect, for example, if it's a speaker series, you want to get better attendance, then you just have a play on just, you know, spend the day at the beach, come to Main Street and get some Berkeley's ice cream and sit under the stars and learn about, you know, why, you know, you can't pronounce half the names of this town because it's not English, it's the indigenous names, you know, and just the point is to try to do a splash of interest because people are scrolling through phones and, you know, they're just going to go to the beach, but you give them the option. That's one thought. And Terry, your social media person is dialed in. I've been seeing a lot of posts that they've been doing, so.
Yep, she's at the fishing derby tonight, which is why she's not here. but,
Gotcha. Yep.
That's it.
All right, any other thoughts on, we kind of segued over to marketing, so the website is active, we've got updates for the speaker series, and the event at the end of this month. We'll wait to talk about the budget to figure out if we're gonna do a town beach party, then we'll have end of the year, programming for the monument. Any other thoughts on marketing?
Oh, do we still have some other flyers of all the events?
I had to print some more out, it was revised,
Right.
so I can
And
print
that
those.
poster sharing you have, do you have more of those?
Yeah, I would think.
Because even the places I'm going and asking for donations for food for reception, they're asking me for posters like this and telling me that they'll put them in their windows.
Email it
So
to
if anybody has them, give them to me. I'd be
Just
happy
spit
to
out
go.
just before it got here.
Yeah, but I think even though that has the menu on it, but even if every time there's a event,
Going on,
I
right.
think that a colorful poster like that is visual, it pops, especially in July
and have them printed.
July and August especially, they should be out there. I don't mind putting them out there if somebody just gives them to me.
Yep.
Okay.
Where did you print them from home or? Yeah, do you want me to
Even
print?
create a place like John.
No,
Java magazine.
they'll do it. The whole point
All
is
the wall,
that
but the number of people that come in and out of there on their boats, they're always looking for something to do.
Oh, so you want to show it to me?
Sure.
I did put one there.
250 logo on it, the SK USA 250 logo. So it doesn't, does it?
No, but we can put it in
Yeah,
there.
do that, we want like consistency.
I
So
just,
it has to
I
be,
just put this together before I came and I got here.
Well, that'd be a fun place to do. We could tag the boat ramp.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a lot of people down there.
Didn't I put that on your list?
I think you did.
So, Saw Pond Road, is that a town or a state road, Saw Pond?
So, the
Town?
town, yeah. Boat
Yeah.
ramp, yeah, no
Yeah, I
traffic,
mean,
and
the
we'll wait till after hours when
Well, the
there's
boat
nobody-
ramp right here at Marina Park.
Yeah, and look at all the boat ramps and look at that high speed cars there. I mean,
Yeah.
the traffic that goes in and out of that road now that used to be dead still. I mean, the number of traffic that goes through there now is huge. So that'd be a great place to live.
Okay,
Okay,
do we want to go on to next meeting? When do we want to meet next?
do we want to keep it Wednesdays? If we do, I propose July 8th.
I will let you in that next meeting. I have softball. Not playing, back. It's next month.
How about the Tuesday then?
Tuesday.
Tuesday the 7th,
And we should be here.
Tuesday I'm available. I can do that.
all right? So Tuesday the 7th at 5 o'clock at the Guild.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we meet at the Guild at 5 o'clock on Tuesday, July the,
I second the motion.
7th.
July 7th.
You had a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Okay, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.